Mycospawn with Omar. Perhaps only a week later, I offered a Mycospawn experience up to Omar. It'd be a little weekend journey into Centennial Woods, good for a casual wonky stroll. Centennial became my trip haven during college at Hip Forest, a place where I knew I wouldn't encounter too many people, or people that would bother me at least. Omar was down, so we split an A+ dose one Saturday afternoon and headed toward the woods. One might wonder why I felt the need for another Mycospawn consumption, right after two pleasant ones less than a month prior. My best answer is that the positive experiences simply became reinforcing, and otherwise I had little else to do on Saturdays. If certain doses agreed with me, why not stick to those doses and tread the great unknown semi-regularly? Ideally, the practice would be harmless. The walk to the woods didn't take long, and before we knew it, we were on a trail. We nervously laughed at the different physical sensations that arose and wondered if things looked different than normal. Our first human encounter was with a tall cross-country runner guy whose legs looked cartoonishly long. With the short shorts he sported no help against the likeness. After he passed, I visualized him as the Roadrunner from Looney Tunes, as if he were some animalistic automaton of the forest who never stopped running. Shortly after, we crossed an elderly couple with two dogs, black and white, respective versions of the same dog, no less. Although there's nothing funny about that in and of itself, it seemed to us then that all we saw was placed there for us, and we had to struggle to keep from laughing at the great unknown's joke. What else would it throw at us? We wondered. Just when we felt that the general public would leave us alone, we got mixed up in a missing puppy event. Two puppies ran by us faster than we reckoned, quote-unquote, normal puppy speed to be, and vanished out of sight. For some reason we figured they were stray puppies that lived in the forest together. Right on cue, a nameless hetero couple approached us and asked if we'd seen their puppies. "Oh yes, we've seen your puppies. They ran by us. Very fast," I relayed awkwardly, though it was not our responsibility at all. We felt a sort of call to action, something that turned into a cliché melodramatic film scene. Luckily it wasn't too drawn out, and Omar found the puppies in a nook of the forest in no time. We were relieved of our voluntary duty, however thrown off we were by the spontaneity of what had happened. Our momentary purpose came and went, so what were we to do with the experience now? Was it even still coming up, or did we just peak with the puppies? We decided to find a spot in the woods to put down a blanket so we could chill for a second. Instantly it felt weird. Would people normally sit on a blanket in the middle of the woods, in the shady spot we had chosen? We couldn't understand why we picked the area we did. A random patch of fallen leaves amongst a tiny stand of maples. Omar wasn't sure why, or in what way, but all he knew was that he felt weird. It was easy to think it was weird in the sense that us two friends had just decided to go sit on a blanket in the middle of the woods with no real intention. What were we doing? What was anyone really doing, sitting on a blanket without a picnic? The weirdness wore off though, and we enjoyed some green power as our minds returned to default functioning. Turned out the puppy fiasco was our main task, and we could rest on our laurels for the rest of our great unknown excursion.